Now, Babymetal did say that they were going to keep on drip feeding us songs, and I kept on saying, I'm just going to hold out for the album. I'm going to take it all in at once, but I couldn't resist. So let's review Metal Kingdom. Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where Metal Kingdom has been dropped by Babymetal. Yes, there's a lot of metal in that title, and rightly so, and I'm here to review it a couple of days late, which I'm usually on time for the Babymetal ones, but this has been a case of my bag getting left on a train with my laptop, and then me temporarily being outside of Japan, and, you know, just stuck in the wrong place, everything. But I'm back. First thing I'm doing, reviewing Metal Kingdom, because as I mentioned, Babymetal have been drip feeding songs leading up to the other ones. So we got a lot to discuss with this. We're going to talk about what really this song is, what we think of it, and also what this means in our ongoing journey to know what to expect from the other one. So first of all, let's break down what this song is. At its core, this song is going for that one big thing that we know Babymetal love to do, which is anthemic, huge arena sounds. This is one of those songs from the whoa, oh, backing vocals. I'm going to get copyright struck for just that bit, probably, hopefully not. Please amuse. Just from those backing vocals up to the big chorus line, and just the way that everything sort of moves with a slow melodic feeling that you can just sort of sing along to. It's rousing. At the same time, the beat's having its little charging moments. There's a lot of energy, there's growling guitars, but at its core, it is a slow, big melody. This is a song designed for you to move your lighters back and forth to, while at the same time not feeling that you're at some kind of very, very lame ballad concert. This is the big energetic Babymetal that we know they like to project, especially live. Does it do that well? Well, yes, it's a formula that they've trod on before, and they do it really well here. It undoubtedly does sound big straight away. The great quality of recording is there with some beautiful production, the mix, everything. This is actually one of the most well mixed of their songs I've heard before, and just when you get those big bassy booms, again designed to increase the scale of the song, they really hit. I was listening on a half decent pair of headphones first time, and even through them I just really felt the entire depth of the bass. It's just a song that sounds big, and it doesn't do anything that is totally new for them. It's again playing with the formula that Babymetal have done before, but successfully and effectively bringing it forward onto this album, and boy does it hit with a lot of scale and energy. So the question is, does it work, and what does it mean? Now, on that whole does it work sort of area of thought, we have to first of all look at the two songs that have come out directly before from the other one. And in my opinion, when we're looking at things like Monochrome especially, still a Divine Attack as well though, we're looking at two songs that again didn't reinvent the wheel. They'd done things that we'd heard from Babymetal before, but to me, they were just so efficient, so good, especially as I mentioned with Monochrome. It was a song where, yes, we can't really say there's anything about that song that Babymetal haven't done before, but boy, was it one of their most catchy songs to date. It's been going around in my head. I've been listening to that song a lot. I mean, but Monochrome only just beat out Divine Attack in my opinion. I love both of those songs, and before Monochrome came out I was feeling the same way about Divine Attack. Just two really great songs that they released. Again, not doing anything new for Babymetal. Admittedly, Babymetal have kind of covered every corner of metal already, but just doing their core sound really, really well. Now, when we're listening to Metal Kingdom, I get the feeling that this again is a very good take on the anthemic sound they've done before, but I think they've actually done this better. For me, this kind of felt like it was great, but it kind of made me want to go and listen to one of their other anthemic songs more. I was like, this is all good, but wouldn't you rather listen to something like, I know a lot of people would say The One, or even Road to Resistance, you know, wouldn't you be more tempted to go listen to one of those songs instead? Now, I know a lot of people probably at this point would say, well, yes, Howard, but you know, you can't expect a band to constantly be bettering every single song, every single album that comes out. I know, it's just that Babymetal, up until this point, their whole thing has been about finding new ways to change their sound so that it didn't really tread onto the same territory too much. You went from the initial album, which was a real mixture of pop versus metal, J-pop versus metal. The second album took me into a much more experimental writing territory, and then Metal Galaxy was looking more at production, shorter, more punchy songs with guest features. They were really trying to go for something very different each time. So when we're looking at this, we're looking at a song that's great, but unfortunately to me, it just kind of made me want to listen to other anthemic Babymetal songs more. So effective, but not quite effective enough to have the same impact, the same exciting feeling that I got from Divine Attack first of all, and then Monochrome after that. But what does this really mean in the bigger scale of things? Because it's still a great song. Well, to talk about what this means in the bigger picture of things, really talking about the album, the other one, I have to go back to something I was discussing actually on the live chat I did last Sunday. I do live chats every Sunday, and the other one as an album was a big topic there because they'd recently, I think just before, released this trailer for the other one album, which had little clips from all the upcoming songs. And the thing that I said when I heard that trailer was that each of these short clips just sounded like a clip from a really well-produced song with a really good melody. It just sounded like we're getting a batch of really, really good songs. But again, playing to that feeling that they all sounded very efficient. There was nothing particularly experimental in any of them. And that's kind of okay. If you're playing the clips off of an upcoming album, you're not just going to play like the weirdest few bars of experimentation. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that we're yet to hear. But it did to me feel like this returning Babymetal, this post-hiatus Babymetal, is not... They didn't go on a hiatus to reinvent themselves for the future or anything like that. They went to basically take some time and then come back perfecting their sound. And this to me is... It's a good thing. It's a good thing in one way, but you kind of could want two things. You can either want, okay, Babymetal always have been masters of reinvention, so, wow, I'm excited to see what they do next. Or you could be someone who just says, well, look, I just like Babymetal, have done so much, I just like what they do, I want them to just do more. Now they've found so many great sounds, let's just hear them make a career out of this wonderful, diverse mastery of metal that they have managed to achieve. So I think if you're from that latter camp, I think that this album is going to be really impressive for you, and I think the 3 songs we've had thus far kind of prove that that's what they're doing. If you're from the former camp, which I feel maybe I am slightly, because one of the things I most like about Babymetal is their ability to reinvent, their ability to surprise, their ability to have each song stand out on a totally different level of merit. You know, well, not level of merit, but a total different set of qualities from any of their other songs. Because all their songs feel so unique, that's one of the things that I most love about them. Now, I still think I'm going to really enjoy this album, even if it is just them treading back over familiar territory. But I'm kind of going to want more of the songs like Monochrome, where it's like, yeah, okay, I've heard Babymetal do this before, but this is them like just doing it even better than we heard it before. And Metal Kingdom, I've got to be honest, it's one of those songs that to me it feels like it's going to be a... Yeah, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one in the context of the album. When I'm listening to the album, I'm going to be like, yeah, this is really enjoyable. I mean, they announced it as a concept album, so I think a lot of us were thinking this album's going to be super experimental, but now we know, or at least we're getting strong vibes, that this is going to be an album more about them just being the sort of forefront of metal band that they are. Well, if that's what it's going to be, then I think that this will be great in the context of an album, but for me, this is not going to be one of the standout songs. I think it's just going to be one where I go, this would be really great from anyone else, but from Babymetal, I've heard you do the same thing better. So, yeah, that's kind of the review there. Let's go to the conclusion, because I'm going to try and wrap this up into a neat package. In conclusion, therefore, Babymetal's own worst enemy is their own previous excellence. This is really great, and to be honest, if we've got 2 out of 3 so far songs that are just excelling at doing something Babymetal have done before, that's a really good sign for what this album's going to be and the quality that we can expect from this album. And this song would be a great anthemic song if it wasn't for the fact that I've heard them do better before. I've heard them have big melodies that were more rousing than this. I've heard them have songs that felt more anthemic and more sing-along, and it doesn't detract from the fact this song is still huge, anthemic, with a great chorus. They're just kind of competing against the own high bar they've set, and that's always the risk when you're sort of cementing your sound, is you always risk doing something that's going to make people think, I like this, but it just reminds me that I want to go listen to that previous album. You did a little bit more. So anyway, those are my thoughts. As always, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys say in the comments, and almost even more so, I'm looking forward to getting the context of hearing all these songs on the other one, nearly said Metal Galaxy, the other one, which is obviously the upcoming album that we've all been looking forward to, and it's going to be really interesting to see how this all glues together in the final analysis, because an album can really add some fantastic context to this kind of conversation. So those are my thoughts. Get in the comments, tell me what you think, as always, and until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these, for now, ciao ciao.